Welcome back, everybody. Today is a Monday. Thank God it's Monday. We are having a new week upon us, and we are locked and loaded for whatever comes. Even though right now we're locked and loaded on absolutely almost nothing. To be honest, the market is just in that range, in that choppiness, and it's just kind of tiring everybody, right? It's tiring everybody in a sense. It's just tiring everybody. So, our job is to not get tired. I know it sounds odd. I know it sounds odd. By the way, say hi. By the way, say hi. Let's go over here. Say hi. So our job is to not get tired. What does that mean? It means that the sole job of the market is to make sure that we lose money, right? The market, and I'll repeat this, the market wants us to lose money, right? That's its sole objective, to to find ways for us to not be true to our process, to find ways for us not to be true to our best selves, and to find ways to just take money consistently away from us and to it and towards the hands of the people that are true to the process and are disciplined enough to continue and doing what they need to do in order to extract money out of the market. I know it sounds like there's someone out there like they're in, take their money right now, but no, not exactly like that, right? Not exactly like that. Just more in the sense of whatever people want will happen. Probably the opposite will happen most times, not all the time, but most times. And whenever something that you want will happens, it will happen in a way that it will make you blindsided, and you will not understand what will come, and all of a sudden it changes. It takes all the money that you made with it, right? So the market's job is to take your money over time. Again, even if that means that at one moment it gives you money, right, makes you money, just to take it away in multiples later on. That's as well something that the market knows how to do really, really, really good, right? Really, really, really good. So again, I'm going to reiterate, our job as traders is to be true to our process and to make sure that we just don't get bored and lose sight out of the market. All right, perfect. By the way, if someone calls me in the middle, I will need to answer it because I'm waiting for someone to call me about um never mind about what. Anyways, if you are here, say hi, right? And ask questions. Don't let me do it all by myself. I will keep doing it by myself, but it's just not as fun as if you ask questions. So go ahead, say hi, and ask questions if you are around. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, right? So, what are we going to do today? Just like we want to do every day. We want to be true to our process. What does that mean? Today, I want to go and do some screening, all right? I want to go over the market, do some screening, and see if I'm finding something that can, help me, either detect opportunities later on or maybe detect opportunities maybe now, okay? So, sharing my screen, this is me. Let me reverse this. All right, perfect, perfect. Let me try this. Yeah, this is better actually. Now you don't see me as big, and you just see, what needs to be seen, which is, the screen, right? This, the what we're looking at. And I will just give a short run about Bitcoin. Look, Bitcoin is, and we know this, right? It's in a downtrend. You have lower highs, all right, and you have lower lows, right? Not all the time this is a bad thing. And by the way, the lower lows are creating a megaphone, right? An expansion of price overall. And we don't like that. That's volatility. We look for a contraction in price, right? Again, why do we look for contraction in prices? Because from contraction, you can get into a potential expansion, but in a low risk fashion, right? That's usually what you want to be seeing. Contraction, just like what's happening over here. But what's happening right now, all right, is that we're actually kind of flagging down this contraction in price, right? So price is kind of contracting down over here. While back over here, we almost did not see this type of behavior, right? We kind of wedged up over here, right? This was kind of a wedging up and it failed. Same thing happened over here. Well, not same thing, but this was actually kind of a sideways that I thought might work, but it didn't work, right? But it's still kind of upwards, kind of maybe we thought this would be an asymmetric a symmetric triangle, but it wasn't. But you can see that mostly did not have this kind of wedging down action while it's contraction. Now, again, this is just price action. This doesn't predict anything. It just helps you make some sense that we have some shift in the behavior, okay? We have some shift in the behavior. Firstly, you're contracting in price, and secondly, you're contracting on the way down, right? Now, what I would love to see, all right, what I would love to see is this contracting, all right, to continue and to become even more contracted, and maybe then go a bit sideways, very contracted, and then boom, blast up. Maybe then give us another platform, so you can take position over here, you can add to the position over here, and then you are set to a potential continuation of Bitcoin, right? And of course, if Bitcoin continues, then all the market continues. This is the thing about the market, right? The crypto market. You will seldomly find market non-market dependent opportunities. All right. So if the trend of Bitcoin will be downtrend, then 99.9% of all assets will go down with it. If Bitcoin will have a relief rally, then you will find some relief rallies on altcoins, right? On the other hand, if Bitcoin goes up in an uptrend, then you will have a lot of things going up in it, or more aggressively than it. Of course, it has more alpha than Bitcoin itself. But you will seldomly find something that moves in reverse to Bitcoin within the crypto sector. All right. Um, in stocks, you can find that. All right. You can find assets like stocks that go counter market. But in crypto, unfortunately, you don't have that. Now, I say unfortunately because it will be awesome to see something go counter, the trend and take, those types of trades. But we don't have that right now in crypto. Anyway, Bitcoin is a big daddy, and right now it's just chopping kind of sideways and down. And this is some of the technical analysis price action that I'm looking for. It doesn't help me predict anything. I will say this again. Technical analysis does not help predict anything. It just shows you the possibilities that might happen and how to act once one of those possibilities actually occur, right? That's the big differentiator between, what people say about how this is, technical analysis, voodoo, guru, whatever that nonsense that they don't understand what it is, to people that actually understand what it is. Technical analysis is just like having an x-ray of the body. It shows you what's happening within the price action. Of course, everything is shown in the price action. The fundamentals, what people think about the fundamentals, basically everything that all the market participants are thinking and are putting to action because they're buying and selling is shown in the price action. That's why this is so important to know. Anyways, this is Bitcoin. And by the way, if you are an Ethereum kind of player, then Ethereum is just much more weaker than Bitcoin. For me, right now, I'm short Ethereum since this area over here. So this was my entry. Back over here, I'm short, and I took some profits into the weakness, and now I'm looking to see if I'm going to be stopped out at break even. I was almost stopped out over here, or this will break down further, and I will continue, adding, and I'll add to the short, maybe probably below the 2,500, right? That will be the addition, and see how that goes, right? Anyways, this is what I had about Bitcoin, Ethereum. These are some of the things I'm looking for. These are the two shorts I'm in, and this that I'm looking at. You can see that it's mixed. If I have shorts and longs, it means that we have both opportunities kind of not moving really strong. By the way, look at OM. I entered into this trade back over here. All right. So this day is the 12th of August. Already a week has passed, and I'm already only 10% in profit in a week. That's ridiculous. That's so bad. But I'm making money, so I'm okay with it. These are all the take profits I have for OM. I moved the stop loss already to break even to finance it. So if I get stopped out, I don't care. I already took some profits, so I will be stopped out with a little bit of profit. That's how you think like a trader, by the way. and make money over time, and not like a stupid wannabe investor that does not know how to use good tactics. And I'm sorry for everyone that is assuming that he is a talented investor, but I assume that no one really knows what investing really means when it comes to crypto, right? Maybe some do, maybe 1%, but the rest of the crowd really doesn't, right? That's why mostly, all right, people lose most of the money that they make in bull markets. Anyways, this is what I have. But what I want to do now is go to the watch list, and I will just rearrange this. And you know what? Instead of going to the watch list, um, what I want to do is go over my Binance. Let's go over the Binance and see what's cooking. All right, so we have something that is moving. I've been seeing these type of moves every, every day almost right now. So we see something coming from the lows and kind of blasting. Of course, this was not tradable. This is not something that you can find as a trade. Okay. Why is this happening on Cisco? And I have no idea. But what I can tell you is that if this will build, maybe I can put this on my watch list. And if it builds later on an entry for us, we can take it. But this is nice feedback to know that the market is, some players are getting back to market and potentially bringing some more volume into it, right? Now, I think CTK, I'm not sure, but I know Voxel is a gaming. I don't know what CIS is by heart. So DAR, I know it's a gaming, and it's continuing over here. This is already on the watch list. Let's put it on the watch list. You can see that these types of move happen. So even though I put this on the watch list, 19 something percent of all things that I put on watch list, they don't move, ahead. They just, you get halted and get back down. They don't really have good continuation patterns. So these types of moves are somebody that maybe is watching for low liquidity, buys a little bit, puts some FOMO into people that are watching this, and maybe drops on their head or something. Burger. Loca is another gaming, so we can see that there's a theme of gaming over here. PDA, this needs to really go above this area in order to, this over here, to be considered that we are getting into a new uptrend. Ray, look at this, poof, blast off. This can blast off again, but again, this is not an entry because it's just not an entry. By the way, say hi and ask a question if you're watching. Say hi and ask a question, or you're sleeping like all crypto degens right now. They're all bored because there's no action, so they are not looking at the market. Ooh, they're crying to their mommies that they don't have anything to do right now because all they do is be degens. They are in love with the word. Some people just fall in love with what they do and they forget about what it means to actually do the things that they need to be doing. And degens is just they fall in love with them being degens. I don't know why, but they fall in love with it. Anyways, if a degen makes money, he will lose it over the long term. That's what I think. X and O, I've seen that above the 102 might be an entry if this builds a good thing, because this had a double bottom like on the nose. Usually these types of double bottoms are the low. So, and you had a higher low later on, right? So this looks like it wants to go to an uptrend. Let me put this on the watch list as well, not the focus list. Focus list is what I really want to focus on, things that are ready for a trade, and watch lists are just things that I want to watch, right? So there's a big difference. Big difference, okay? SLP, WIN, YGG. I see that many things have put a higher low right now. You can see this higher low. This is a shift in direction of the alts. This is good. This is a good thing, right? Good thing to see more and more assets putting in higher lows, right? Now this comes inversely to what Bitcoin did, which is doing higher, like lower lows. So it's actually good. It means that the possibility that altcoins have bottomed is higher than it would be if this would not have been the case, right? Tensor. These new coins will probably blast once we get a new productive, bull market. Pixel, another gaming, SNX. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but my volume bars, right, are different than yours because I like this indicator instead of the normal volume because it gives me the average dollar volume, right? Now, for me, the average dollar volume is really, really important, okay? Because I don't want to be trading something that has less than at least $500,000 in daily trading volume, and that's at least. And even then, I can't put a big position. So for big position, at least 1 million and even more than 5 millions traded volume a day for bigger and bigger and bigger positions, of course. And the indicator name, right? The volume is it's by trader line. The volume is Trader Lion's enhanced volume, right? Trader Lion enhanced volume. If you're interested in this, I'm giving you some gold nuggets over here, ladies and gents. If you don't follow these things that took me years to find, then what are you doing here? What are you doing, crypto? Maybe you're wasting your times. Maybe you're wasting your time. Look at this. Flux, even though not in a good entry, had huge volume coming in, right? This is abnormal. Now this is something I want to watch. This is something I want to watch because this type of huge volumes usually is an indication, and you can see it almost, touched these last highs over here. So maybe we will get something of a build up that will indicate that will blast, through this, resistance level, maybe a few days, and then blast something like this. That will be constructive. That will be something I will look to trade if it happens. I know it's kind of on the lows, and I like continuation patterns, but sometimes in kind of not new bull markets, in new bull markets, and then after a big correction, the continuation, the new breakouts from the lows are really most ferocious. Really most ferocious. This is making a higher low over here. Higher high and higher low. I think Sui is on the watch list. Yes. So higher low, another higher low over here, and higher high. So this can be good. Omni. You can see the most assets volume, okay, is almost nothing. And by the way, you can see the volume run rate for the day. So you have 16 hours left for the candle, right? But you can see the run rate is minus 75 over the average, right? What you want to be seeing, 8 hours into the candle is more volume than usual on a breakout, of course, on a breakout usually. AVA, series of higher lows. You have this capitulation thing over here. Not liking it too much. Not liking it too much. But let's put it on the watch list for now. Let's put it on the watch list just for now. Comp. AMP. You can see that still everything is kind of hammered down. Nothing is really, in an uptrend. Everything is in a downtrend. Right now, we're trying to figure out which assets potentially have the higher chances of, if we continue to the upside, to be the most ferocious continuations, right? Now, I would argue, all right, and this is only an argument, that the ones that made higher lows are earlier than others and that are already made maybe potentially higher highs are the ones you want to focus upon when and if things continue to the upside, because they have already shown more interest, right? There is more interest in these names than in other names already, right? Already. So that's interesting. LS, another gaming one. Another gaming one. Let me see over something. You can see that already you have more volume than usual, and yesterday was a big volume day. So let's put Alice on the watch list. You see how it's important to find and understand these nuances, right? These nuances help. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's find something good. Let's find something good. The next mega trade is right around the corner. Everything now is beaten down, but sure as hell, something is going to happen sooner than later. Something is going to happen sooner than later. What do you think about XRP, Jomo? What do you think about XRP? It's been a while since XRP made anything, noticeable. Back in 2021, made nice move. It's just chopping around ever since. Right, I will just put an alert on. It's contraction in price, and they won the SEC thing, so maybe finally they're free to continue. Let's put an alert over here. Let's watch it. No, let's not watch it, because sometimes when I watch these things that I made money in the past, like big money, I want to get back in. But this is just choppy. I will look back at it once it breaks above the first alert and see then. I have an alert, so nothing to worry about. I have an alert, so nothing to worry about. Look at OP. Look at OP. It got smashed. Smashed. TLM, another gaming. Look, there's something happening in the gaming sector. Something happening in the gaming sector. I'm going to put it on the watch list again. Nothing to see right now. Nothing to see. Nothing to trade. But I want to keep tabs with these high volume um, gaming coins in a sense. What about this? Nice volume kind of yikes chart. Let's put an alert on it just to make sure I don't miss anything if it builds. CT football, CFX, nothing over here, nothing in algo, nothing in high after this big puke. Age of T, nothing over there. By the way, if you're around, say hi, ask a question. Don't make me do this alone. It's more fun and interactive once you are participating. So don't be shy. Ask questions and say hello. Oh, 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 oh. XVS. Remove all this. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. All right. Steph, what's up? Thank you very much for the hello. Loving it. Loving it, Steph. Thank you very much. So we have a series of higher lows. Maybe this is gearing up for something right now, not too strong, not too interesting just yet. Not too interesting just of yet. What do we have over here? Nothing. JTO. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. ENS puked and right now is establishing over here, just like what ETH does. This is an ETH play, right? ENS is the Ethereum name service. So this is an ETH play all along. All along. DCR. Auction, nothing over here. Trying to find out outliers. Again, if you're just joining, we are trying to find outliers that may potentially gear and set up to be a potential trade later on. How do we find outliers? Either in the chart itself, something abnormal on the chart, like a series of higher lows, maybe a higher high while the market is trending down, maybe big volume coming, all right, yesterday or a few days ago, maybe today, right, the volume run rate is already, positive. All these things are things that I look at. Now, I know some of you might learn something new each time that I talk, and that's how it is. Even people that I teach, I teach them, but every time they learn a new thing, because there's things that I find that I maybe neglected to say, or maybe that I even improved upon my own self, and then they learn it, right? So I constantly improve upon myself. I constantly improve upon myself, and I like changing stuff every now and then. For example, the charting, indicators, and stuff like that. Even though I don't use real indicators, like not real indicators, but other indicators, I use only moving averages and volume. But sometimes I like to change the colors. Maybe sometimes I find something new. I every now and then I find something that maybe piques my interest and I want to use it. Last, I use something like an new question. All right, let's go, Steph. What exactly is the double bottom? Are you considering looking for a double bottom pattern at this stage of the market? All right, so where was this double bottom thing? So I'm at uni right now. So let's move to the watch list and try to find out where was it? XNO. All right, this was the double bottom, right? So I don't look for this as a pattern as, oh my God, a double bottom, right? Like other people watch it. Some people are like, oh my God, double bottom is the most important in your pattern, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not what I do. Some people maybe use it as a trade, not me. What I use it is as just a, abnormality. You can see that this is quite interesting, right? That it actually found support at this exact same level. So it looks different than the rest of the market, right? It just looks different. And it looks like right on the buzzer, buyers came. What does this mean? Let's think about, behind this pattern. What does it mean? It means, right, that buyers stepped in at almost the exact same price twice and bought the shit out of XNO, right? You can see that at both times this was a 10% wick and this was another probably 10%, almost 10%. So each time when it touched this area, boom, buyers stepped in. That's a good thing. And this is while the market made, lower lows. So you can see that in contrast, where this was double bottom, this actually, made lower low, right? A lower low on Bitcoin, which is considered to be the index, but on XNO it was just a double bottom. So this is different. This is acting stronger, right? So to your question, I'm not considering to look for double bottoms as if double bottoms is like a holy grail, but I'm just looking for abnormalities in assets to show me what is stronger and what is potentially stronger than other assets. Because if we do continue, for example, to the upside, what I would want to do is to focus on the assets that have shown strength earlier than others, right? And this double bottom, I call it double bottom because that's what has happened over here, is showing an abnormality, right, earlier than other coins. And if you add to this new, lower low right now, higher low, sorry, then you're adding even more conviction. And as well, you have a horizontal resistance over here. So what happened is that you kind of had, all these lines, everything, this was first support, then it was broken down, now it's resistance. So you're adding, things to the probabilities that if this, breaks out, it has a good chance of breaking out stronger than other coins. That's it. That's how I use, these notions. Let's go back to Binance and let's go back to Uni. That's where we stopped, right? Uni. Perfect. We're back. By the way, I can just leave this and we can see that Uni acted the same as Bitcoin. It made a lower low, right? So if it's acting the same as Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, I consider Bitcoin as like the index, then it's not showing any alpha, right? Any alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is better behavior. Alpha is being stronger than something that you are watching, right? So if Bitcoin is for me like the index, I want something that is acting stronger than the index, right? And that's how I'm looking at stuff. So let's leave this Bitcoin for you to see how the trend is. And now you can see maybe better what I mean by, a stronger or abnormality in the market. If we find more ones right now, maybe we won't find. You can see everything right now is just the same trend, the lower low. We found earlier something that was better, but right now lower lows. WLD maybe bottomed over here, but it's not showing any strength. Maybe just bottomed, and we need it to go sideways for a while, and then a new market cycle. I've shown you the market cycle, the archetype of the psychology of market cycle, how it goes, right? So it does this, then goes to then euphoria, then down, then complacency, then panic, fear, blah, 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 then all the way down, then sideways, the neglect phase where no one is thinking about it. And all of a sudden, one day, boom, disbelief rally, and then you continue to a new wave, right? So this can be something that people trade upon, but I don't like the opportunity cost. Even if I catch almost the bottom of something, and that means they have big chances of big returns, I don't want to wait for I don't know how long in the neglect phase until it happens, right? It ties in capital that I can be using for something that is moving now. And again, I said it many times before and I'll say it again. My goal as a trader is to make the most amount of gains at the shortest amount of time. All right. I'm a gold digger when it comes to choosing coins. All right. I'm a gold digger when it comes to dating coins. I want to date them, make money with them fast, and move on to the next one. I don't want to sit down. I don't want to sit down on, opportunity cost. And thank you, Steph is saying, I appreciate the question, Steph. Thank you very much for asking it. As I said, interactive always makes me, go into the tangents and teach you what's in my mind. And the good thing, what I like about teaching you guys and gals is that I reinforce my own belief systems. And maybe every now and then I can find a belief system that I actually need to change. And I need to be open to that notion as well. And that's why I like doing these things with you. Right. Um, Again, I'm just why I deleted this. So I'm looking for something that would be different than these, lower lows. Okay, looking for something different. Looking for something different. I'm looking for abnormalities in coins right now. Looking for abnormalities in coins right now, and I'm not finding too many, which is to be expected because the market is trending down and choppy and whatever. Okay, so this is to be expected. Nothing out of the ordinary. That nothing that I've not been thinking of. Right. This is just it. Right now, this is just it. Beefy, everything is same as Bitcoin. Lower lows, lower highs. No, BNB, same thing. Even though it's recovering, same thing. This is such a shame. Over here, this was such a beautiful entry. We took this trade. It went to new all-time highs beautifully, but then reversed. We need to be stopped out at some little bit of profit over here, and it's just shit the bed ever since. So that's too shabby, but it happens, right? It happens, and you need to be okay with that as a trader, right? You need to be okay with things going your way but then failing, right? It's just part of the game. It's just part of the game, and you need to instill this in your mind. It's just part of the game. No way around it. No way around it. You cannot control it. Nothing to be controlled. You can't control it. There's nothing you can do, right? Audi, nothing, right? Iris, you can see that it found kind of a bottom, not making new, lower lows, but this is just kind of awful action. I don't like the action on Iris. It has a lot of sellers still. You see, it's trying to pick its head up and then selling pressure, and then again selling pressure. So there's a lot of overhead supply, right? A lot of overhead supply, a lot of people that bought at higher prices and want to sell at least break even. BNX is strong, right? And of course, this is something that I already have shown to um, my patrons, my group. This is OM is a trade we are already in to the short side actually, so we are profitable on this short trade. Moving on, sand, nothing. Man, nothing. This is looking exactly like Bitcoin, exactly like the market itself. Now, the fact that we're screening something doesn't guarantee that we will actually find many abnormalities. We have already found some, right? And I will reiterate at the end. But the fact that we continue to look doesn't guarantee success for finding something big, okay? This is just part of the process. That's why we should do it almost daily, right? I do something of the sort almost daily. If I don't look at all the coins at Binance, maybe I look at some of my screeners that are looking for something specific. But this is just part of the process, okay? Tau, I know, is really talked about and probably will go higher at one point or another, but right now it's not showing something too different. The only different thing is that it had a bigger than normal wick, but this is probably happening because there was a hack or of a sort on Tau, and they just sold a lot and then probably bought back after they found that there was nothing too bad about that hack that happened. I don't know. But Tau, for the long run, probably can be a good coin to, watch for a potential trade. Okay. PHB, GNO, you can see nothing different. Everything is just looking almost the same. Almost the same. Everything just lower lows, lower highs. Just one second. I need to be somewhere at around 11. So in 17 minutes, maybe I need to finish this earlier than I thought. MKR, another drop down. Big Soul had a nice buy. Just one second. So Soul had a nice big buy, all right? So Soul was dumped, but then bought good, all right? Let's see the percentage of this buying. This was a almost a 20% immediate recovery. So Soul wants to stay in range. It looks almost the same as Bitcoin, though, right? Almost the same. It actually topped a little bit after Bitcoin, right? But still, very much the same pattern. So, will this give you any alpha? All right. I don't know if Sol will produce huge alpha above Bitcoin, all right, because it's kind of a almost market-like right now. Here, all right, in this uptrend, yes, it was ferocious. We traded it, and Steph probably remembers this trade. We took it from the $25 over here, right? This was where we entered right over here. This was our entry for a trade. We took profits into strength, right? And then we added to this trade over here. And then lastly, we added to the trade over here and took profits all along the way. We take profits and remove and then add to it. We take profits and add. We take profits and add because we never know when it's the top, right? So just one second. Right, moving on. Moving on. And by the way, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe me that we took this trade, you can as well. We can. What you need to do, okay? And I will just share this. You should go to my page over here, and I'm going to add this for you to see. This is the link. Go to this page and scroll all the way down to around October 23rd time, okay, and find the Soul trade that we made back then, okay, and you'll find it over there. And then you can see that I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk, ladies and gentlemen, right? I walk the walk. All right, let's continue trying to find abnormalities in the market, right? Right now, it's been a while since we saw an abnormality. In the beginning, we saw some, we added them to our watch list, but right now we're seeing nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let me just make a quick phone call. All right, so I need to go soon to something, but let's just try to run through. Well, we have much more of things. Let me just run through from some, and let me recap if what we found so far. All right, abnormalities. Maybe Bake. Some abnormality in Bake. right? You can see there was a higher low. Finally, you have a higher low, and actually you have some higher highs over here. Even though I don't like this chart at all, right? It just looks funky, but I'm going to put it on the watch list. The watch list doesn't cost me any money, right? The watch list doesn't cost me any money to watch. And if this breaks down, so I'll just remove it from the watch list. I don't really mind. And if my watch list is going to be too big, so I'm going to reduce the things that I just don't like, and that's perfectly fine. Look at Fed. Fed actually looks for a potential short, right? If we break down, because I told you, I don't know where we're going to go, but this is looking like a potential breakdown, right? So I'm going to add this to my focus list because this is really close to being shorted actually. Even though it's really hammered already, but look, price action is just telling no one wants to buy this right now. So I'm not going to be the one, going counter trend. Even CAS looks like a potential short right now. Interesting. So I don't focus list, yeah. So if we take a short right now, you should put a stop at least over here. So you have less than 7%, stop for this. This can be an interesting short over here. If the market goes up, then of course, nothing will save you from being stopped out. But if the market does continue down, then this will probably work really good because you're really close to the highs on CAS. So if you take a short right now, you probably have a long way to go. And with this bad boy volume over here that really showed that there's a lot of selling, then that's about it. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna stop now, okay? Because I need to run for some errands, but I'm gonna help you. Come on. Why is this not opening? Open the watch lists. Why is it not moving? Aha, finally. I want to go to the see watch list. And you can see that I just want to reiterate some of the things that we moved to the watch list. You can see this had abnormal volume. So I want to watch this, all right? This had abnormal volume and a series of high lows and kind of a high. I want to watch this. XNO, double bottom, kind of different than what the market, and then a higher low, horizontal resistance, interesting. Aave, series of higher lows, almost a high. Let's watch it. Alice, some volume come in, not too interesting, like, for example, CIS and DAR, but it's on the same kind of theme, so why not? Bake, same thing. Was there any more? Doesn't really matter. But again, to summarize, let me just remove this. No, stop sharing. So to summarize, ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking for when we screen are one of things. Either you look for things that match precisely a type of edge that you might have. For me, it's a continuation VCP pattern, okay? Or you want to look for abnormalities in the market, mainly in these types. So it depends on the market environment. In a choppy market environment where there are no setups and you're potentially maybe kind of already bottomed, and you're looking for the next assets for the next up move, then you want to watch abnormalities. The strongest coins, the most highest relative strength coin in comparison to the market itself. And as you've seen, we have seen at least 100 different coins today, and we only found like 7 abnormalities or 8. That's nothing, all right? That's like 7% of the entire thing, right? So that's what you want to be seeing. All right, everyone.